Hi, everyone. I'm Allison Miller. I'm a global partner at Tira International, and I'm bringing you a really important Tira tool that I think can spark an enormous amount of creativity for you and really help you gain a great deal of clarity about what directions you actually want to move in your life, how you want to develop and grow, what you would actually love to have occur. Now, a lot of times I know we like to set goals, and this can be a way to set goals, but it's setting goals in a way where we feel really connected to what matters to us across a variety of domains of life and to be connected to a deeper sense of intention. So in our leadership model, it's very important, obviously, in our true leadership model that we focus on the results that we want to produce, right? As we expand and grow as leaders, what are the actual results that we want to produce? And a key step in being able to produce results is actually to have clarity about what matters to you, about what your deeper intentions are, about the directions that you want to move, the influence you want to have, right? What is it that you actually would love to have occur in your life? So we are going to together do something called the Bagua map. It actually comes from Feng Shui. And the Bagua maps is basically 9 places, sort of 9, almost like energy centers in our lives, that by focusing across these 9 boxes, we have a more balanced way of looking at our lives and what matters to us. So I'm going to pull up this Bagua map for you. Okay, and this is a great way for all of us to bring more intention to how we go about setting goals, setting intentions, living more intentionally. So here it is. Okay, so don't read ahead. Hang in here with me. What we're going to do together is ask a question for each of these 9 boxes. And this is just brainstorming. We're not committing to anything. We're not setting specific goals. This is not about setting SMART goals. We're actually just letting ourselves tap deep within to that creative spark, deep into what inspires us, to what matters to us, what we'd really love to have occur next in our life. If you like, you can think of this as the next year of your life, but also feel free to pick your own time frame for this tool. I typically do it in terms of a year. So what do you want to occur next in your life? And let's start in the top left-hand corner. Give yourself a little bit of time right now to think about, in the realm of prosperity, wealth, finances, what would you love to have occur? We're just brainstorming here, right? Would you like to start some kind of retirement account, save a certain amount of money? Is there some kind of debt you'd like to pay off? Would you like to have new avenues for money to be flowing to you? Do you want to hire someone who's going to help you with your finances? Or do you want to just actually feel a sense of abundance with what you have? Go ahead and brainstorm. And at any point during this recording, if I'm moving too quickly for you and you need more time, just hit pause. I'm going to give you a moment here. Think about, what would you love to occur next in your life in regards to prosperity, wealth, and finances? Let's move on to status, reputation, and credibility. What would you really love to have occur in terms of how you're known, seen, your reputation, your credibility? I'm at a point where I have an opportunity to do a second edition of a book that I wrote. And for me, a key reason to do it is because it actually does give me credibility. It opens doors for me. So while that goal could fit in other boxes, for me, actually, a key place that it fits is completing a second edition of this book actually lands right here in this box because it's connected to the kind of reputation and credibility that I have. So go ahead and think about, in your place of work, in your community, are there things that you would love to occur in your life that are somehow connected to status, reputation, credibility? Could be fame, could be just being recognized in your particular industry. And go ahead and jot down whatever's occurring to you right now. As you flow through this, you might notice yourself wanting to go back to a prior box. That's fine, of course. And let's move on to, on the right-hand side, the top box. What do you want to occur in the realm of nurturing intimate relationships? What would you like to be going on in the relational field between you and perhaps a long-term committed partner, children, parents, siblings, extended family, people you work with, where you might have a particularly close bond with somebody that you really want to nurture, friends and people in your community. And this might be something that you want about yourself that you'd like to have in the context of the relationships. There might be new relationships that you're wanting. There might be a relationship you're wanting to deepen or cause some healing in. Take some time to just brainstorm here. One of the things for me is I want to make sure that my kids regularly hear from me how much I love them and how proud I am of them. It can be easy in the busyness of life to not be paying attention to that. Okay, now back over to the left-hand side of the middle column. What would you like to occur next in your life, in your home, with your family? This could be a little bit different than thinking about intimate, nurturing relationships. You might be thinking about this in terms of the larger family and how we're all relating. And there's something that maybe you want to source, for example, by having family gatherings in your own home, or how you relate to the larger family, what you actually want going on in your home environment. Is there something that you want to remodel, something that you want to create a more cozy environment for yourself? Is there something you want to be going on in your home on a regular basis? What are you wanting? Maybe you're wanting to actually move, find a better environment, or improve your environment in some way for yourself and for your family. It's really nice to give ourselves a chance to think about the environment that we're in and the environment we have in our family relationships and what we'd love to have occur. This is so incredibly important because it's really what gives us a home base, a foundation to operate from. Remember, hit pause when you need more time. Now, this middle box in the center is actually incredibly important because it is the center of the Bagua map, and it really is the center of our lives. How is our health? How is our physical and psychological well-being, our spirituality? That when we're attending to our health, well-being, and spirituality, that is what helps us be more grounded, more centered, where we're able to actually do things and cause things to occur in the 8 other boxes, because we're sourcing ourselves from a more calm, centered, grounded, awake, aware, compassionate space. So think about here, what do you want to occur next in the realm of health, well-being, spirituality? It might be that you actually want to heal and recover from something, but you want to take more time to meditate, engage in certain kinds of spiritual practices. Maybe you want to involve certain forms of movement, learning and reading about different kinds of approaches to healing or growth, development. Take the time you need, and remember, this is incredibly important to all the other 8 boxes on this map. Okay, this next box can be a lot of fun, where we think about, well, what are we actually wanting in the realm of creativity? I think a lot of times we actually can feel quite overwhelmed or stuck or stymied in our lives because we don't have enough of a creative outlet. And that creativity could be in any form. It could be in some form of a hobby that you used to knit and you don't anymore, and you really would like to get back to it. It could come in the form of cooking, some kind of artistic expression. I know for myself, actually, I love inventing and creating new tiara tools. So that's one of my aspirations, is that on a regular basis, I'm thinking and creating a new tool because I find that to be really joyful. This is also the box where we start to think about some of our future planning. You know, is there planning we want to do for our futures, about maybe where we're going to live, what we're going to do for work, where we're going to travel, kind of that expansion outward into the world of what do we want to create, plan. We start to think. Sometimes it's very helpful to be able to allow ourselves to think beyond the next year. What's the future planning that we want to do? And let's move down back to the left-hand bottom. Skills, knowledge, and wisdom. What do you want to occur next year in your life, or next in your life, in regards to skills, knowledge, and wisdom? Are there some specific skills that you'd like to learn? Like you want to learn how to use a specific piece of software. Is there a knowledge base that you'd like to develop? I recently encountered something called internal family systems. I find it to be really interesting, and I'd actually like to develop more knowledge and skill with using and integrating internal family systems into the coaching work that I do. Are you wanting to develop more wisdom in a certain area? So go ahead and write down whatever that is. What are you intrigued by? What are you interested in? Okay, and one little place of vulnerability we can have sometimes is that we put down things here that are about fixing ourselves. So I would let go of any desire to fix yourself and focus more on what is your heart's desire of what you want to learn, how you want to grow and expand in skills, knowledge, and wisdom. And again, hit pause if you need more time. Moving to the bottom middle, career and life path, right? What would you love to have occur in your life, in your career? Is there a promotion you'd like? Is there a new opportunity? Are you wanting to actually maybe even change careers? Something that you'd like to have happen in your life path? What are you really wanting to occur in that area of your life? I honestly would like to do a lot more public speaking because it's one of my favorite things to do. And I've been saying that for years. And somehow coming in to a new year, I feel much more inspired to really take action to make that happen. I also am wanting to start to create more of a vision in my career for the future of my business and what I'm doing. It's also connected to my future planning of where do I want to live. Sometimes you might have something, by the way, that you're going to rewrite in more than one box or that overlaps. That's perfectly fine. Remember, this is about brainstorming, letting ourselves play and open up to what we love to occur. So take some time here to write down anything that occurs to you. What would you love to have occur in your career and your life path? And then moving on to our final box, what would you like to have occur in community and contributing to society? And again, this might overlap with some other boxes. I know many of us have a longing to give back, to contribute, to do some kind of good work in the world. Oftentimes that might have taken a back burner depending on what's happening in our lives. I used to do a lot of work in Chicago, supporting and assisting people who were homeless, and I missed that. And I have a real desire in the next year of my life to get kind of actually just back on the streets, giving out food, talking to people, connecting people, and just letting people know that I know they have dignity. It's one of the ways that I would really like to contribute to society. Some people have a real desire to contribute to society right now by lowering their carbon footprint, maybe changing their car or doing a better job of reducing the amount of, cans and bottles and, things packaging in their homes. Some of us are wanting to eat more plants and less animals, whatever that is. Think about for yourself, what are ways that you're wanting to contribute to society, perhaps quite locally or more globally? What are things that you're wanting to do or participate in your community? Have you always wanted to throw a block party? Whatever that is, things that you'd like to do, that you'd like to have occur in your community, or ways of contributing to society. Now, one important note in all 9 blocks here is that you don't have to be at the helm. They can be things that you would love to have occur just around you, that you'd like other people to actually engage in and do on your behalf, or give you a role to participate in, but you aren't necessarily the one at the helm doing everything. So feel free to go back through the 9 boxes and also really think about it that way in terms, this is just what I'd love to have occur. You don't have to have any idea how it will happen. It's just what you would love to occur in your life. Such a beautiful gift to give yourself, to let yourself think in that way. Far more creative, and it really can open us up to considering things that we would love to have happen in our lives that we wouldn't think of if we believe that we have to source 100% of it ourselves. So just take all the time you need to brainstorm here as much as possible. And when you're done with that, it can be really nice to then step back and look and see, okay, well, for the next 6 months, year, whatever the time frame for you is, to actually now start to narrow it down to a list, say 10 or less, of really specific things that you would love to have occur in your life that give you a sense of a kind of a guide of the directions that you want to move in. And that the more that you continue to review what you came up here with in the Bagua map, and it's in your consciousness, you're looking at it on a regular basis, the odds that these things will occur will go up, because now you're paying attention to it and you're going to start noticing things that are occurring in your life that line up with them. And you're going to start to see opportunities that you might not see if you weren't paying attention to what it is that you would like to occur in your life. Okay. So remember also these, we want these to be infused with a sense of what we value, what matters to us, to our deeper inner inspiration. And we encourage everyone who participates in our programs to revisit this Bagua map at least once a year, but feel free to do it more often than that. It's also really fun down the road to pull out an old Bagua map and see that things actually happened with a surprising amount of ease, and you might not have even really put that much energy into it. Just by calling it out, it can make a difference. Okay, so fun to create that with you. And we would love to hear your questions, your comments. We'd love to hear what you came up with. What are some things that you would love to have occur in your life? Feel free to leave comments and questions below. Also, if you have a question for a coach that you'd like to ask privately, please go on to the Tiara Resource Circle page and email a question to us where it says, Ask a Coach. Okay? All right. Well, we look forward to bringing you many more tools. Thank you so much.